I'm Mr. MegaManFan, and I'm not trying to be excessive on the hyperbole here, but what you're looking at may be the most powerful combination in Sega Genesis history: the analog Mega SG and the Mega EverDrive Pro. But what, you may ask, makes this such a potent combination? The EverDrive doesn't do anything that a jailbroken analog Mega SG can do. They can both run games off the SD card slot, right? True, but what the EverDrive Pro from Crix can do that analog don't is Sega CD games. With this card inserted into a Mega EverDrive Pro, you can play any Sega CD game. Now, some people might tell me 256 gigabytes on a micro SD is overkill, but I would rather have too much storage than not enough. And Sega CD games are not small, so I erred on the side of abundance, and if I don't need that much, I can switch it to a smaller micro SD card later on. Before we go any further though, let's talk about the specs for this Crix developed device. It has a Cyclone 4 FPGA, which is very powerful, 16 megabytes of PS RAM and 1 megabyte of SRAM. It supports Genesis 32X, Mega CD, Master System, and NES. It has a RAM cart for Mega CD, BIOS swap functions for different regions of Mega CD games. It has a Mega Key to unlock different region lock games. It has a YM2413 core to support Sega Master System. The Pierre Solar mapper is supported. There is an in-game menu from the cartridge, save states, and EEPROM to support those save states. It's packing a lot of different features. It doesn't work right out of the box though. You need to format the micro SD card, you need to unzip the latest operating system from Crix.com, and put the folder labeled Mega on the root of your micro SD card. That's where the operating system should be. Also, you see that folder labeled BIOS? You're going to need the operating system of the Sega CD for each region that you want to use: Japan, Europe, and the United States. I can't tell you where to get those operating systems, but I can tell you they're widely available on the internet. Use a search engine like DuckDuckGo instead of Google, and they won't be too hard to find. When you rip your Sega CD games with whatever computer you choose, you should have a bin file and a Q file in one folder. Put both of those in the folder and select the folder from the main menu when you turn on your Sega Genesis or your analog Mega SG and run the cartridge. In some cases, it may make you select the CD-ROM to boot it up, as it did with Popful Mail here, but it will work. Just remember that you will need one folder on your SD card for each Sega CD or Mega CD game. Don't dump them all in one folder, it won't work, and don't mix and match them with your Mega Drive or Sega Genesis ROM backups. That won't be any better. You need one folder for each CD-based game. I hope that makes sense. Just rip the CDs any way you can, use whatever Sega CD backups you have, put each one in one folder, and then select it from the Mega EverDrive Pro's menu when you turn the system on. Whatever region CD you use, it should detect it automatically and select the correct BIOS if you've loaded them all into the BIOS folder of the Mega folder on your SD card. Just use the same file names that Crix specified in the instruction manual, which you can download from his website or from whatever source you bought your Mega EverDrive Pro from. This case, I bought it from Stone Age Gamer. I like the construction of the shells they use with their EverDrive products. I like their customer support, and they usually offer digital games with your purchase. In this case, 27 of them came with the Mega EverDrive Pro, so in my mind that's better than getting a bare board that you have to assemble in a shell yourself, or getting no customer support or no digital games with your purchase. Stone Age Gamer is good value, but it's #not sponsored time. I gotta say, I don't get anything from Stone Age Gamer for mentioning them in videos like this. They're just my preferred source for buying EverDrive products. The handy thing about using this with the analog Mega SG as opposed to a regular Genesis is I can use the menu button on my 8-bit-do controller to go back to the settings of the analog Mega SG, and I can just select Run Cartridge and go right back to the EverDrive menu and select another Sega CD game very quickly. I don't have to get up and cycle the power on and off on a regular Genesis Model 1, 2, or 3, but this will work with all of those, Just don't have the Sega CD attachment on your Genesis, or this thing will get really confused with two different BIOS running at the same time, and it will be pandemonium, mass hysteria, cats and dogs living together, and all of that good stuff. In the time since we started this video, I've shown you a Japanese CD with Popful Mail and a US CD with Space Ace, so to complete the trilogy, here's a PAL Mega CD for Earthworm Jim, the Enhanced Edition. As I said before, as long as you have all the BIOS, it will auto-detect the correct one for the version of CD that you are running and get everything going for you. You can use any BIOS you want too, there's no restrictions on that. If you've got multiple different versions of BIOS, because you can find folders with different iterations like version 1, version 2, version 2.1, version 3.0, and so on. Just select the version of the operating system that you like, that you know offers the best compatibility with your Mega CD games. If there's one that doesn't work with a Mega CD game that you have, try a different operating system. Just rename it to the file name that Crick specified, and it will pick that version operating system. You can swap them in or out on your SD card at any time. Just use the file name he specified for whatever one you choose. Now I should bring up cost at this point, because the Mega EverDrive Pro is going to cost you a couple of $100s. You can obviously do it PayPal in 4 payments if you want, or you can finance it in any way you choose with whatever cards you have, but you're going to have to shell out 2 bones to get this thing. And that's going to raise the question, is it worth it? Well, guess what? The North American version of Popful Mail for Sega CD goes for $300 loose and over $500 complete. 2 bones versus 3 or 5 bones? That doesn't sound so bad to me. The game you're looking at right now, Lunar the Silver Star, goes for 140 loose and 240 complete. So once again, the value proposition of playing Sega CD backups is very much in favor of spending $200 on the Mega EverDrive Pro. Now there is a competitor product, the Mega SD from Terra Onion. It offers a slightly more powerful FPGA, some enhanced features for audio support on Sega Genesis games, and lets you do some tricks with your Genesis or your analog that this can't do. But both the Mega SD and the Mega EverDrive Pro do the one thing that people want from both of them: allow you to run Sega CD games from an EverDrive cartridge. An unthinkable proposition back in the 1990s. The entirety of a Sega CD in a cartridge in your Genesis. How freaking unreal is that? The Mega EverDrive Pro has a few tricks up its sleeve all its own too. You can run any Sega Genesis or Mega Drive game. You can make save states of those games. You can load those save states, and you can go to the menu of the EverDrive while you're in the middle of a game to either reset the game, resume the game, or go back to the main menu. It's pretty sweet. And there is an unexplored feature that I did not cover in this video because it has some limitations and it doesn't work all of the time, but you can run an NES emulator on the Mega EverDrive Pro. Now, I say that with lots of asterisks that you should read the fine print here. It's an experimental feature. Not all games are compatible. Some will have glitched graphics. Some will have incompatible sound. The colors will not look the same as they would on an NES system. And your best bet for games that would work properly on the Mega EverDrive Pro are very simple NES games. Mid-80s, not bank switched heavily games. If you have a custom mapper with multiple banks of memory and enhancement chips, that game is probably not going to work too well on a Sega Genesis through the Mega EverDrive Pro. But if we're talking things like Wrecking Crew or Mario Brothers or Super Mario Brothers, that kind of game, first-party Nintendo games, really simple, not enhanced games, they will work for the most part. If you're talking like Castlevania 3, good luck with that. In conclusion, I'd like to thank Stone Age Gamer for their customer support when my digital downloads didn't work with my purchase, and I would like to say I recommend this product to anybody who wants to play backups of their Sega CD games and not worry about wearing them out, or maybe try before they buy, because Sega CD games can be ridiculously expensive. I am Mr. MegaManFan, this has been Genesis Does, and as always, thank you for watching.